Nothing comes to help humans. Nothing comes to help humans. Nothing comes to help humans. And fuck you. So the only choice I'm faced with is self-inflicted exit to this place. Yeah. Yeah, that just fills you up with so much joy and hope and love. Oh, you've got to love yourself. It doesn't make a fucking difference in this goddamn realm. They'll find a way to twist you and fuck things up for you. They'll find a way, no matter whether you're doing it from the right place, doing the right thing, they'll find a way to fucking twist it up. And I am just so utterly disgusted with the whole fucking thing. And you'd think with any of us that are truly waking up, more, becoming more conscious, whether we lack knowledge or not, the eye of our mind, the eye of our consciousness starts to see this from a much different perspective. You'd think something that we consider to be God, good, an angel, an ancestor, the good, nothing. And they're all too impotent to be able to just simply communicate with us. They can affect our lives. They can tear our lives apart. They can bring people into our lives for better or for worse. They can have all the impact they want on our lives. But I'll be damned if they could give you some information. It would just give you some information that would help, quote unquote, put it all into perspective. Show me what it is I don't see, since you birthed me into a fucking world where you knew the world I was being birthed into. They intended for us to be as blind and fucking ignorant as humanly fucking as they could possibly make it. See, no version of this is me not mocking the rancidity of what this supposed God actually is. And when you start looking into the Gnostic stories and understand the whole creation story of the fucking universe, Yaldabaoth, this aeonic miscarriage and abortion, and then can start to consider, when you look at that story alone, it created the universe, which is why I want to destroy it, the whole fucking universe. I mean, the whole construct, these demonic fucking realms that we seem to exist in, were created by this fucking thing. None of the aeons that are supposedly, things that the divine created, none of the aeons have gone and done anything with it. The divine hasn't done anything with it. Everything out there that we think that is good, aeons, divine, has done nothing. Our poor, pathetic little amoeba-like meat sack asses are just a source of food. They don't care because they're feeding on us. They don't care. Nothing cares. That's what it is. That's kind of the reality of it, as far as I can tell. And then you have to take action in this world. You have to take action in this construct. And the point in which we are, think of the action that we would have to take. Think of the action that we would have to take to rid the world of the evil that exists here. Think of the action that we would have to take to rid the world of the evil that exists here, well, the evil that it put us here. Lots of good people are going to die at the same time. So look at what it turns this world into if we were to take the action that actually needs to be taken to rid ourselves of the evil. Yeah. And then look at how much more work we have to do. It's all about work, slave, work, human. Look at how much more work we would have to do as a species to rebuild our fucking world and to rebuild ourselves. Generations. And that's if we were effective at cleansing the motherfucking earth of the evil. But no, we probably wouldn't be, because whatever the fuck's out there, it knows that we can't get it in our condition down here. So it's going to ensure that the evil somehow finds its way back. Fuck you, little humans. Paradise is just a concept for you. Fuck you, little humans. Love, joy, happiness, and everlasting life. That's for us. You're here to sustain us. Yeah. You want to talk about wanting to fucking bring this universe down and kick the pillars out from underneath it? See, something else that's really got me is how fucking much my finances have been squeezed down to nothing. And something is so evil and rude, it's just shit-faced, just such a shit stain that it'll squeeze you down to basically survival. Survival. Something has such a vested interest in twisting you up that it will go to that point of fucking with your money, your income, because it put us in a planet, and then it's going to squeeze your ability to actually survive to nothing. And after it birthed you to narcissistic parents, they'll never help their kids. They'll never help their kids, especially when they're being raped by the fucking evil on this planet. They'll never help their kids. What are you going to do? We control everything about you. And then make you aware of the fact that they control everything about you. Everything, your ability to live, survive. And then they just drop you scraps, just enough to keep you fucking surviving, because they don't want you dead, because they want to torment you on a special fucking level. So they don't want you dead, because I'm a special little project for these rancid fucking demons. And they have a vested interest in me staying alive to continue to produce the loosh and the energy and all that other shit. They have a very vested interest in this whole thing. Then the resets and all this stuff. As I sit down here thinking to myself, wondering, hoping that some quote unquote good and divine thing will, in whatever divine, cosmic, magical, mystical, I'm all powerful God, I can do whatever I actually wanted to do if I actually wanted to, empower the seemingly handful of us on the whole of this motherfucking earth that actually thought we were working for Team Lightside or on Team Lightside, that kind of stuff. Where is that? Where is that? What the fuck, man? We just got put in this construct, given the pretense and the facade that this good God, good force, we can clearly see. So maybe what we've been told isn't true, and that we were created by something that is so fucking much more diabolically evil than any of us could possibly have imagined. I know what this sounds like. It's like, wow, why do I want to accept that this is what life really is? Why would I want to listen to this guy? Because his perspective on this is that this is all shit and everything we've been told is a lie. Okay, yeah, but prove me wrong. And I would argue that many of the people who are still living in the illusions, still living under the pretense that they have given us, they will have, and they'll be convinced of it, that God has been good to them and blessed them and blah, 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 blah. But I tell you, I don't have the words to convey some of the things that I see about what this place is, what God is, blah, 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 blah. And nothing comes to help humans. I mean, every day I wake up with such a level of hate in me because of the condition my life is in, and I start asking how and why this manifested in lower consciousness, being influenced by these non-physical forces that have ripped my life apart. And they won't release the reins of control. And they know that I don't know what to do to prevent them from doing anything. They know I don't know how to stop them from doing it. Nobody in my life, there is nobody in my life. And there's been, through the last 5 years or 7 years of this entire journey, anybody that's come into my life that knows more than me. When the student is ready, the teacher will reveal themselves. That's bullshit. It doesn't work that way. It's a lie. Just like everything else in this fucking world is a lie. Good always conquers evil. Love conquers all. It's all a lie. Everything about these rancid fucking demons was created to be a lie for us, a deception for us. It's all about a fucking deception. All of it. And hey, if you've had a relatively good life, if you haven't had to suffer deep, and interestingly enough, the word supper came out as I meant to say suffer, because our suffering is supper for these motherfuckers. And I'll bet you $1 bill when I put these splash images, these images you upload for the video, kill God. There's so many little pussies out there that are so afraid to even listen to what somebody that puts an image like that up would have to say. These people hang on to their beliefs in such a fucking sheepish, childlike, infantile fucking way that they wouldn't even explore. Why would a guy say that? What? How could somebody? And just be curious. No. Oh my God, he must be a Satanist. Just put your faith in Jesus. I think they're too afraid to even investigate. I should start putting up images of like demonic shit, just to see. And I'm not into that at all. I'm not on the dark side. That shit's just disgusting to me. It's just really weird that someone that says the things that I do about wanting to slaughter all these fucking gods and just tear, I'm not in that dark, I'm a dark person, I'm a dark Luciferian. I abhor that whole thing. Maybe there's wisdom over there. Maybe they see something, but just the whole concept of the darkness and how fucking rancid the whole thing is, and that they justify being what they are. Just the whole thing, the whole goddamn concept of fucking evil and the way that it exists, that it justifies its existence because it's alive and feels like it has the right to just be evil because, whoa, just the whole fucking thing. I'm disgusted by the whole thing. I would literally destroy the whole motherfucking thing in an instant. Every goddamn last motherfucking bit of it. The good side, the bad side, everything. Well, no. Because I don't think it's good versus bad. I think it's all bad. And they've just given that as the facade of pretense. And since we believe it, it's real for us. But what happens when you walk away from the beliefs that they've been giving you? And you start to really analyze what happens in this world. And most people won't. Most people won't. Most people won't. I could go on. It's just all so fucking hideous. And at this point, I'm so fucking disgusted and put off by the entire concept of love, especially in this fucking construct, that and I see it as the trap that it has always been. So I'm at a point now where not only am I just so put off by it, and look at what men get in this world for the pursuit of these things, but we're wired to do it. And it's going to be our greatest source of fucking pain. And hey, it's always conditional in this fucking world. It's always conditional. The only unconditional love that I have ever gotten in this motherfucking world was from my Cane Corso, my dog, that I had to have put to sleep in 2014 after almost 11 years. She had bone cancer. The only creature in my life, the only being in my life that I've ever actually gotten unconditional love from. I've complained or bitched or moaned and whined a little bit, if you will, that humans, they're so much more willing to help fucking dogs than their own kind. And look at how many of their own kind are in the same kind of need that these stray dogs are. And humans are so much more willing to help dogs than they are their own fucking kind. Probably because those dogs are the only places in their lives they've ever gotten unconditional love. So I kind of understand why humans do that. With the rancid asshole demon motherfuckers that have been pulling the strings of my life, get the fuck away, because it's a trap. It's a trap. Once you start opening yourself up in this world, once you start opening up your heart, once you start letting your guard down, because that's what they want you to fucking do. Oh, live in the heart space, man. Yeah. To do that, you've got to be open. You've got to be vulnerable. You've got to let your guard down to a large degree. And then, well, I've been attacked that way every time. Every single solitary fucking time. And the Julie thing was the last one. And generally speaking, when a woman enters a man's life in this fucking world, she's got an agenda. There's something she wants. Largely, not always. It's because she wants the man to take care of her. And okay, I'll give you a pussy because parasitical women, look at my tits. Look at how big my tits are. Look at how pretty I am. And they just fucking literally skate through life on that shit. That's just fucking sickening. God forbid. And I mean, literally, any of these women actually have fucking intelligence, use their brains, critically think, bring something more to the table than a nice pair of tits and some pussy. When you get so sick and fucking tired of what this shit is, and I know that I have been specifically targeted, special levels of very, very, very specific targeting. Wow. Yeah. Twilight Zone. This is an experience I never would have signed up for. And to every single one of you that will ever think to utter the words that I signed up for this shit out of your fucking mouth to me, save it. Save it. I would have never done this to myself. I would have never signed up for this. What might be more plausible is we were all sold a false bill of goods. And nothing has come to help us because of that deception that got us all in here, if that's the truth. None of us really know. We can just speculate the best we can using the faculties we have, with the information we have, and the experiences that we have to try to put it all together. That's the best we can fucking do. Everything out there knows more than us. Everything in this realm that's in control knows more than us. And it doesn't want to let you know. It doesn't want you to know, because the more you know about its game and what it's ultimately doing to you, well, that'll change things now, wouldn't it? Whew. Yeah.